Welcome to class. This is a short practice for moving currency. So for any time that you feel like you need more fluency in the body, that you need your chemistry, your organ systems, everything to hum, if you're feeling a little stuck, this is a great practice for you. Let's go ahead and come to all fours to start. So place your hands directly underneath of your shoulders, so you have 90 degrees, and your knees directly underneath of your hips, 90 degrees. So there's 90-degree angles everywhere. Bend your elbows out to the side, take your biceps forward as you straighten your arms so that you're broadening your collarbones, and look gently out in front of you. Plug the tops of your feet in. Inhale and tuck your tailbone round your spine, and exhale and arch your back. Start to do that with a little bit of speed, really letting this movement be dictated by the movement of the pelvis, like you are striking a match with your pelvic floor and putting some heat into your system. Good, keep going. Really pump the breath, a Bastrika's breath or a bellows breath. So a nice forceful inhale, forceful exhale out your nose. You'll notice pretty quickly that this will put some fire in your body. It's like lighting the pilot light in your basement. Go forward and back for about 30 more seconds. Good. Pause in the center. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale. Very good. Take your left knee right to the center of your mat. Take your right leg back behind you and then swing it around so you're plugging your right knee into the back of your left knee, and then widen your shins away from each other. Just do your best here. Press the tops of the feet into the mat and then flip both of your wrists all the way around. This can feel really uncomfortable. I promise it's not dangerous. Broaden your collarbones, lift off the center of the palm, and then start to spin your pelvis around to the right. And don't look down, because anytime you look down in a shape like this, you turn the back into a ball, and we want our spine to be nice and long. We want the crest and fall of a wave in a back. We want currency to move. So spin your pelvis around to the right, which is the direction of the spin of time. Let your gaze be gentle and soft out in front of you. Very good. Couple more breaths here, just starting to bring some fluency into the hip joints. Attentive to the energy of the body, to your inner state. Good. And then pause in the center of yourself. Flip both of your wrists back forward. Uncross your legs. We're going to switch sides. Take your right knee to the center of your mat and then cross your left leg behind your right. Plug the tops of your feet in. This is going to be a little bit different this time. I want you to interlace your fingers at the knuckles and then place your palms right down on the floor underneath of your sternum. Again, widen your shins away from each other, and now spin around to the left and reference the center of yourself. So there's your center, and then there's your circumference. Your center is your implicit self. It's the piece of you no one can see, and everything around you are your circumstances, and that is the circumference, and you are the mediator of those two places. So spin around to the left, and know that when you're spinning around to the left now, you are going with the direction of the spin of the planet. So now you're playing the spin of the planet, and you played the spin of time, and when you put those two things together, you get a third thing, which is your connection and umbilical cord to the planet. Right? It's a Vesica Pisces. It's a portal to something new. So keep spinning around yourself and breathe. Just bringing some fluency into the pelvis. So good. Nice. And then pause right at the center of yourself. Uncross those legs. Keep your hands just as they are. I'm going to turn and face you for a minute. This often throws people off the first time they do it. I think more they just don't want to do it. So we're going to flip our hands inside out. So if your thumbs are facing your knees right now, I want you to first bring the backs of your hands onto the mat. So now your thumbs are facing away from you. Now come up on top of your thumbs so your palms are facing away, and then flip it inside out. So I'll do that one more time. My hands are palms down. I'm going to come up onto my thumbs so my palms are facing away, and then the whole of the palm is down on the ground. And then crawl your knees forward and slide your knees all the way up to your wrists, and put some good pressure onto those wrists. It's such a good stretch. I swear in time, this doesn't feel terrible. It feels like a massage. So hold on here, nice big breaths, broadening the collarbones. Just opening up all of these structures. So good. Crawl your hands back off of your hands. Undo them, and rather than feeling like you're going to stretch your wrists out, I want you to just plug your palms right into the floor and then come into a downward facing dog. And right away, separate your feet hip distance apart, middle fingers pointing straight forward. And get on the ball of the foot, but then keep that and descend the heels towards the mat. Lift your buttock bones. Again, so there's a crest and fall of a wave in your back. Very good. Pick up your right hand and put it on your back. Right on your sacrum, back of your right hand. And then put your right hand on the floor. Pick up your left hand and place the back of your left hand on your back. Good. Now go back and forth. And as much as possible, try not to change the shape of the body. So you're really, again, referencing and holding, I'm whacking my blocks over, holding the center of yourself. Good. Another moment here. Just switching which hand is on your back. Good. Then both hands down on the mat. Pause for a moment. And then lower all the way down to all fours. If you have a strap, you're going to want to place the strap just above your elbows, and with that strap shoulder distance apart so that when you push out into the strap, your arms can't go wide. This will make this next movement a lot easier, and if you don't have a strap, it's totally fine. But it'll behoove you. It'll feel much better to have one. And also, if you're a yoga practitioner, every yoga practitioner should have props. Okay, so here the strap is set up so that, again, I can't push any wider than my shoulders. And then here I'm going to take my hands onto my mat and right back into my downward facing dog. Your nose might bop it, and that's okay. Good. From here, we're going to shift forward to a plank pose. And now, this is a little tricky. From the plank pose, I'm going to drop my elbows to the floor as my butt goes up and back towards the sky, so I'm in a dolphin, right? And now from here, I'm going to unfold my hips. I'm going to shoot back forward onto both hands to a down dog. To a plank, pardon me, and then back to my downward facing dog again. So plank, forearms, plank, down dog, plank, forearms, plank, down dog. Good. Keep going. Forearms, plank, down dog, plank, forearms, plank, down dog. A few more. I promised you we would move some currency, and that is what we're doing. Folding and unfolding from the hip. One more time. Good. Maybe two more. Nice job. Lower down to your knees and take that strap away. I said nice job. I can't see you, but I'm assuming you did a good job. The strap makes it so easy. And once you find the mechanic of it, it's super fun and super flowy. Good. Let's come back to a downward facing dog. Plant your hands. Lift your buttock bones to the sky and just feel for a moment everything present in the body. Very good. Now take your feet a little bit shorter. So when you're in a nice short down dog, especially, my mic is pulling my pants down, especially if this is a new movement for you, a new practice, shorten up the stance a little bit. And now from here, I'm going to place my left hand right in the center of the mat. You do the same thing. And then I'm going to take my right arm under, flip my palm towards the floor, and turn my chin up towards my armpit. And then unroll that. Place your right hand, center of the mat. So it's like you're making a triangle from your 2 feet to your hands. Take your left hand under you and your left fingertips to the floor. And lift your bum high. Good. Try to keep both knees even. Switch again. Left hand to the center, right hand, back by your foot, bum high, knees even, and start to swim that. So at your own pace, go in and out of this shape, switching hands. Notice here that what you're really doing is forming a triangle. We're always playing with referencing triangles in the practice. Strongest form in nature. The Trinity, which is a great conversation. One more set. One thing is the oneness. 2 things is always a polarity. 3 things is a conversation. So nice, you guys. Hold your down dog. Give it a moment. And then lunge your right foot forward. Your heel should be directly under your knee. So wherever your knee lands up, that's where you need to put your heel. Drop to your back knee and straight away, press the top of your left foot on the floor. Get your right knee out into your armpit and take your hands out towards 10 and 2 o'clock. Draw that left hip forward, lengthen pubic bone, navel, sternum all the way forward. Get nice and heavy in the ball of the front foot. And then from here, interlace your hands behind your head and then curl off of your front thigh. Drive your pubic bone forward, hug your elbows in so they're going straight up towards the sky. And again, keep wrapping the left hip forward. Couple nice big breaths. So it's really spherical. There's a continual line from the back knee all the way up to the back shoulder. Unfurl it, bring the fingertips back to the floor. Turn your right toes open out to the side. So it's like you're in a ballet first position. Very good. And then once again, lengthen yourself forward. Good. Take your left fingertips out. Take your right hand to your right knee. But rather than pushing the knee away, I want you to back bend away from the right knee and take your right arm up to the sky. So open everything up, broaden the collarbones, find the back bend. So it's like the collarbones are going towards north and south, and then the hips are east and west. Good, 1 more big breath. Take both hands back down onto the mat. Okay, this one's really fun. I want you to take a block, if you have it, and you're going to pop it underneath of your back thigh. And where you need this block is going to be different depending on your height and where it feels most secure. Mine is just in front of my knee. And now it is the exact same shape. I'm going to reach back on my block and grab a hold of my ankle and back bend. Big sphere. Again, we make lines in yoga to reference the sphere, and that's what we're doing here. Now we get to put our breath in it, our imagination in it, and move currency through what is now the shape of a sphere. A couple more big breaths here. The goal of the pose isn't to hold you in place, right? It's not a physical event. It's an esoteric, a mystical, a spiritual event. We're referencing something more than the body. We're referencing great nature. We're referencing our implicit unseen self, the prana, the vitality, the chi. So good. Unleash that back leg. Straighten the back leg and move that block out of the way. Good. And from here, pop your block now even under your front heel for a moment so you can really feel the height and the levity and the buoyancy and come up on that back heel, fingertips forward to 10 and 2. It's so light, feels so nice. And then turn it into the twist again, right arm up to the sky. Again, collarbones are north and south, left and right hip are east and west. Good. Take your right hand all the way back down. Come off of that block, drop to your back knee, and then step back to a down dog. Little bend in your knees. Just pause and give it a moment. And then shift forward to a plank pose and draw your pubic bone towards the mat in a floating up dog. Broaden the collarbones. And back to down dog. Lunge your left foot. Again, wherever the knee lands, that's where the heel is. So here, my heel is past my knee. I'm going to wiggle it back a little bit. Left knee into your armpit. Unfold the back toes. Press the top of the foot down. Fingertips out to 10 and 2. Find length. Pubic bone to sternum. Good. Interlace your hands behind your head and unfold it. Drive your pubic bone forward. Wrap the right hip forward. Make it spherical. Currency moving from the back right knee all the way up to the right armpit and to the wall behind you. Imagine yourself as a sphere, and the energy is pooling and circling from back foot up to the crown of your head in a sphere behind you. And every time that circle moves around you, you become more and more enlivened. Put your breath in it. So good. Unfold it here. Turn your left toes open to a ballet first position, toes pointing towards 10 o'clock. Take your right fingertips out towards 2 o'clock. Hand to your left knee, but don't jam the knee away. Back bend away from the knee. And then take your left arm up to the sky. Working your hips towards east and west, collarbones towards north and south. Travel forward. We always want to potentiate. We always want to go forward. Spin away and then travel from pubic bone to sternum. So good. Take your left hand back down to the ground. Very good. And then grab your block. So same thing as the other side. Pop the block underneath of your back thigh. Right fingertips out on the floor. Left arm reaches back to catch a hold of your foot. Whoops. My block is not set up in the right spot. Good, there we go. And then pop the chest forward. Broaden the collarbones. And again, reference a sphere. Put your breath in it and imagine that you again are filling up a globe. So nice. Good, let go of the back foot, hands to the floor. Take the block out of the way, spin the toes forward again, and pop the block under your back heel. Your front heel. Lift your back heel nice and high, and then find the twist again. Feel how light and buoyant that is. Rather than sinking low in the hips and getting too deep, we're finding volume and levity. Good, unfold it, remove the block, step back, downward facing dog. Just pause for a moment, find the symmetry, reconnect with your breath. One more set of standing poses, right foot forward. Same thing, get the knee right in the armpit, but now walk your back foot in a little bit and pin your back heel down. And take your fingertips out towards 10 and 2 o'clock. Very good. Take your right hand, bring it to the inside of your right leg with your fingertips pointing back. And now lengthen, head forward, your tailbone, your coccyx going back, and your sacral plate straight across, and now spin it open. Good. Very nice. Right fingertips are moving back, crown of the head forward, coccyx back, and then put a spin on it through the torso. Twists give you a vision. Good, unravel that. Very nice. Okay, switch sides. Just switch the feet. Left foot forward. Back heel down. Might need to shorten the stance a little bit. My knee is right in my armpit. Take your left hand, flip your wrist so that the left fingertips are pointing away from you. And before you twist, travel, coccyx back, crown of the head forward, and then spin your chest. Coccyx back, crown of the head forward. That's it. It's a difficult pose. Keep breathing. Nice. Unfold it and step back to down dog. Give it a moment. Last pose, right foot forward. Last standing pose, I should say. This time, get your right knee in your armpit. Pin your back heel down just like before. And now start to reference a straight leg. A piece of your knee is buttock bone and it's lengthening up. And then think another piece of your knee is traveling down and straighten the leg. It doesn't have to be a big long stance. Now take your right hand all the way across to the left side of your mat and then spin your torso open. Super wide, like a diagonal line to your left hand. And again, a piece of you is moving forward, a piece of you is moving back. So good. Now, take your left hand, bend your right knee, left hand up on fingertips to the outside of the right foot, re-straighten the right leg, and spin the other way. Good. Now we're going to put some currency into it. Bend your left knee a little bit, travel your right fingertips to the left side of your mat, and straighten the leg again. Spin your torso open. Good. Little bend in the right knee. Spin your torso to the right. Left fingertips outside of your foot. Do it again. Couple more times on your own. Go at a pace that feels appropriate for you. This is difficult. This is where the currency really moves. So good. You can start to crisscross the arms as you do this. Maybe speed it up. Last set. So nice. Good. Fold over that front leg for a moment and then step back, down dog. This is it. Left foot forward. Whew. You're awake now. I'm awake now. Good. Get your left knee in your armpit, pin your back heel down. Straighten your left leg. Again, not by jamming the knee back, just lift from the back of the knee to the buttock bone, from the knee to the ball of the foot. Give it a moment. And then now take your left hand all the way across towards the right side of your mat and spin it open. Pause for a moment here. Feel. And then swim your right arm over your left, little bend in the left knee to pivot and swing to the other side. Little bend in the left knee. Now swing left hand across to the right side of the mat. Spin it open. Right arm swims, cross it over outside of the left foot. And again, that little bend in the knee as you transition through these two poses will give you some levity. And don't put the whole of the palm down as you're swimming through this. Just the fingertips. Good. Last set. So nice. Left hand down, fold over that front leg for a moment. Down dog. Lower down to all fours. Very good. I'm sweating now. Inhale, find a little back bend. Exhale, bring your bum to your heels, child's pose. Inhale up to all fours, a little back bend. Exhale, child's pose. 3 more like that. Just starting to slow things down. Last one. Good. Come up to all fours, grab a block or a blanket. Either sit in Virasana on the block. It's warm in my studio. I'm sweating. Maybe you are too. Sit on the block. Or you can sit on a blanket, cross-legged is fine. You get to pick. Lean forward, poke your tail back so you can get your perineum on the block. Take your arms up in the air. Make a V, an equilateral triangle, strength, structure, and stability. Make cups in your palms. So if gift waves, grace is raining down, you're ready and available to receive it. We're going to pump out a Kapalabhati breath. You'll forcefully snap your abdomen back and exhale out the nose. It sounds like this. Okay, do your best. Take a nice deep breath in and pump it out. Please do this at a pace that's appropriate for you. I'm going to speed it up. You go as slow or as fast as works for your body today. Just think that you're flushing out your system. You're pumping out all the stagnancies. You're making space for something new because we have to empty out to fill up. So you're making room for more currency. You did all this asana and cleaned out your house, and now you're pulling in fresh vitality. Out, 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 out. Pause, exhale completely. Hold the breath. Take a deep breath in. 3 more sips through your mouth. 1 more sniff through your nose. Hold your breath. Exhale, let it fall. Bring the backs of your hands to your knees and just feel your body. Feel the hum, the vibrancy, your interior and exterior. It's perfectly fine to end class right here, all enlivened, buzzing from pranayama. If you have time for more pranayama, do it. If you need a shavasana, do it. Otherwise, bring your hands in front of your face, rub your palms together. Cup your palms over your eyes, fingertips on your hairline. Open your eyes, let in the darkness behind your hands. Release your palms, let in the light, and welcome yourself back. I hope you feel alive, awake, vibrant, full of prana and flowing. Thank you so much for being here. I will see you next time.